time of year when the humble pumpkin becomes the star flavor in our favorite foods, and Chef Micah Trainor is here. It's good to see you, girl. You're doing a yummy pumpkin risotto that you're going to want to add to your fall lineup of recipes. It already smells delicious. We haven't even made it yet, so welcome, welcome. Tell me a bit about this recipe. What do you love about it?
So it's a classic Italian recipe, but we're doing a nice fall twist on it.
Yes.
And I feel like risotto, people think it's really intimidating, but it's so easy, and it only takes 30 minutes, and I think everyone should know how to make it.
Before we dive in, take a look at what you need to make this recipe, because we want you to follow along, and maybe you can make it for dinner tonight. All right, let's start.
So I've cooked some shallots in melted butter, and I'm going to toss in our arborio rice. It's Italian rice.
Yep.
And we're going to coat it with the butter and shallots.
Well, this is what smells so good already in the studio. It's just onions and butter, people. That's all I need.
You can't go wrong with onions and butter, pretty
Yeah.
much. But this is a really important step, toasting the arborio rice, because it'll make the risotto creamier in the end.
Okay.
So you don't want to skip out on that. And then we'll add the wine if you want to throw that in.
I absolutely will throw that in.
Maybe about half. You could drink the other half.
Very good.
Thank you.
It's very good. Are you of the idea that you don't use a wine in your recipe that you wouldn't drink out of a glass, or do you go for the cheaper ones for cooking?
When I'm cooking for myself,
Yeah.
I'll do the cheaper ones.
Okay,
If I'm cooking
all right.
for like friends or clients, then yeah, I'll do a nicer one.
Got it.
I
Well, I have
picked a
no
nicer one
standard,
for
so
you
that's
today.
amazing.
Okay, good.
Okay, all right. Didn't know if it was cheap or not, because I don't care. All right, so now we've toasted them. We put in the wine. What's our next step?
So from here on out, it's super simple. We're just going to do a ladle of chicken stock and stir
Okay.
for the next like 15 minutes. It's pretty standard.
Okay.
Like that's the classic risotto recipe.
Yeah.
But we're doing it with a twist today. So
Yeah.
I've got some pumpkin. I used a pie pumpkin, this little one here.
Nice.
Cut it up, olive oil, salt and pepper, a little cinnamon in the oven at 400.
Yeah.
Roasted it. And we're going to blend this with a little bit of the chicken stock.
So it's much easier if you go with a little tiny pumpkin rather than dealing with a big one. But what about canned pumpkin? Like, would you ever just use pumpkin puree?
My rule of thumb when cooking with pumpkin is canned pumpkin is good for sweet recipes and real pumpkin for savory recipes.
Got it. Fair. That's fair.
Okay, so let's blend this up.
You do that, and I'll just be nervous over here, hoping I don't mess it up. All right, quick little blend.
Super quick. And we're just gonna pour this into, I have some that's a bit al dente here.
You got it.
And we'll let this finish cooking in the sauce.
It doesn't take long for it to get that creamy consistency.
Not at all. Turn that off, and we're gonna add a little bit of butter.
Always.
A little parm.
Yes. Okay, so I think the reason why people find risotto so intimidating is because you do have to stay on it. You can't just put it there and then go walk the dog. Like you gotta sort of be hovering around it. But there isn't much that you're doing. You're just making sure you're stirring and adding a little bit more liquid every 15 minutes, you say?
Exactly, yeah. Stirring and adding liquid every couple minutes.
Yeah.
And it only takes like 15 to 20, 30 minutes max to finish.
Okay.
So it's
that's
pretty
good.
simple.
That's reasonable.
So while that's finishing up,
Yes.
we're gonna have a drink.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Let's do it.
So we're gonna make some Canadian mulled wine. I have red wine, cinnamon, star anise, and cloves in the pot.
Oh, nice.
We're gonna add some Canadian whiskey.
Fantastic. We love when Micah comes to town.
Yeah.
So this is the sort of thing that just sits there and simmers on your stovetop, and everyone that comes in the house is like, ooh, feeling festive.
And like, yeah, because it smells, right? You can smell it.
Yeah.
It's like fragrance. Maple syrup, of course, Canadian.
Yeah.
Some orange.
Get that citrus vibe going on.
And some orange slices.
It's almost healthy, really.
It really is.
Yeah.
There's a fruit. It's fine.
Citrus. Very good.
So yeah, let's plate up our risotto.
Let's do that. I just want to ask one thing about the mulled wine. You put everything in there, and then do you get it up to a boil, or do you, like, what are you supposed to do with it?
We want to keep it on a really low simmer.
Okay.
If you bring it to a boil, the wine will evaporate and the alcohol will cook out. And we're not in the business of making wine disappear, so we don't want to do that.
Not like that, no. So I feel like this is something that should be shared. And I hear that there is someone that has a very special day today. It's her birthday. Stephanie, is it your birthday today? Stephanie, come on up here. I'm going to feed you some. Yeah, come up here. Give her some love. Give Stephanie some love. Come on up here. Come here. Come here. Come on in here. See, we're actually going to give you a little bit of this and a little bit of this.
Some of that.
Were you? Yes, for sure, with the mulled wine. So come stand right here. Were you not expecting this, were you?
No, not at all. I was just going to go through the day subtly, not telling anyone it was my birthday. That's so sweet.
Surprise! We don't do subtlety very well here on Cityline. I'm really happy you're with us on your special day. Why don't you have a little sip of that, and we can get you to be the taste tester. Yeah, go for it. Let's give it cheers.
Cheers. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, and to mulled wine. Let's take a sip. Mmm.
Oh, it's so good.
It's very boozy, is what she wants to say. Very nice. Happy birthday to us.
you.
Micah, thank you so much for that.